bit of both. The land of dawn for Team Philippines versus Indonesia on the opening match of day number 2. We're going to dive straight into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen, for Indonesia versus Philippines.
To force the Philippines into a tough spot. But of course, if they do go too aggressively, there is a Lapu-Lapu, there is a Valentina, so a lot of counter-engage potential from the side of the Philippines.
Well, here it is, another engage coming in, and that's going to be Dreams taken really low. First blood over to Philippines as they're looking for more. That's the IMU doing work, stealing away to the Divine Judgment and picking up another for Imam in the mid lane.
That is what you have to be aware of, man.
They're looking for some plays here up in the gold lane.
The gold lane, for sure, has been the target for a lot of plays, but here we go, Nebu's Passion.
Soriano picking up a kill. And now Dreams is going to be very, very low. Gets out just barely here, but you can already see the cut coming in from Del Rosario over the top side. There's the flickers over under the tier 2. Dreams not using flicker just yet. Very wise to save that flicker.
When it comes to multiple instances of damage, so against a Faramis, against a Kaja or the Gushin, it's going to be very good, but look at that.
Pick potential over to Del Rosario, but he comes in using so much damage with Appraiser's Wrath, taking back a whole lot of HP and outplaying the situation, turning it completely around. It's looking bad for Indonesia as that's going to be the third turtle over to Philippines.
They can just chase and take out members of Indonesia one by one, and even then, they go for the pressure, and it seems like the Indonesians, they have to try and make a huge play happen or a massive pickoff, but it's going to be very difficult because the positioning from the Philippines is way too good.
The setup, the positioning, and the trigger instantly onto Psychots, picking him up, baiting Indonesia over to that bottom side to pick up a free turret and 2 free kills in the process. On to how Philippines likes to play with the lead. They take another step ahead, and they think 2 steps ahead of Indonesia. Right now, again, it's going to be Divine Judgment coming in, but it's all onto the frontliners with a lot of the resources burnt out. It's going to be Cyclops who jumps in and finishes off Soriano in the back lines, splitting Philippines in 2. Imam now flickering out, getting to safety, but all that was for the Lord. It's a 2-for-1 in the end. 2 kills over to Indonesia for a Lord take. Arashi, who's it worth for? It's a good defense by Indonesia. They're able to minimize their losses here, only losing that tier 2 in the mid lane for now. But Brands is going to be zoned away from that mid lane. Philippines looking for that, but look at Psychots with the Petrify. He's able to find 2 on the flanks. Psychots absolutely massive as his engage has started a war that Indonesia can finally win here in this game.
That was a performance in the last season, actually, rather. But here, knowing that Indonesia are relying very, very heavily on a very reliable engage, his Yuzong has been critical, but after 2 engages, will Philippines fall for the same trick twice?
Divine Judgment over to Dreams. That's going to be the frontliner taken out. That's going to be that. Oh my god, so much damage onto the Lapu.
Lord take. And Philippines, they are so good at the Lord dance. Going back and forth, waiting for their opponents to make a mistake, and with such a long-range basic attack on their Beatrix, they can do better.
That's what they were waiting for. The Black Dragon form now baited out. Psychots with the Petrify onto Soriano, who's forced to flicker out, but Psychots jumps in. 1v4, soaking in all the damage and sustaining back up. Dapadap going to be taken down by Brands, and that's another kill over to Indonesia, who were able to play with the death timers of Dreams really well, with him now respawning. They've taken back the lead if they actually can secure the Lord, which they should be able to. Free Lord over to Indonesia. They're not stopping just yet, though. Concealed play from Indonesia.
Act like they're about to engage a fight and then back away. The Philippines need to identify the right moment and then adjust accordingly. Do they want to go and fight after the Black Dragon form is down, or do they want to just stall?
Villaluna with that circling eagle over the Brands, but it's going to be baited in with the cold ultra placed as well. Soriano targeted by the flanks, and that's going to be Taz who picks up the Beatrix. Soriano taken down. Brands in the midst of it all, still life stealing with his fighter. Brands is massive. He is an absolute beast as he wins the battle for Indonesia. It's a 4-0 trade. Indonesia with a comeback here, with the tides turned completely. Only Villaluna left to defend with the mini wave crashing in. Villaluna going to be brought back by the Shadow Stampede. Villaluna outside of the base, and Indonesia with the divine judgment onto Villaluna will go for the base to pick up the first game of the series.
Oh my god, what an upset! It looked like the Philippines were going to cruise to an easy victory, but the Indonesians pull through. 1-0 right now, and they have shown that against all odds, against all the hate and the doubters, they are here to stay. In game number 1,
to use the caster curse to get the most value out of this incredible series of Indonesia versus Philippines once again as we jump into the land of dawn with Taz starting on the orange buff and Del Rosario doing the same on the opposite side.
So right now, they're just moving around, and I think before the first turtle spawns, it's going to be relatively slow. But as I say that though,
uh-oh, there you go. That's the barrier with a wild charge. Psychos now going to be caught. First blood over to Philippines, but look at Taz. He's able to bring the members back in with a heavy spin. Del Rosario going to fall. The jungler for the XP lane, and Dapda will be forced to flicker out of there. Villaluna a bit late on this rotation to match up against the Indonesian mid laners.
An all-win teamfight solution, but it is very situationally used to help save members from big burst damage.
Now it's a complete change from game number 1. Imam, though, going to be immobilized. That's the damage coming through. Whew. Sniped down by Brands, but the kill will go over to Hijume. Be able to compete in that range battle.
They have to be careful, though, because Soriano has the Blade of Despair completed. It will be a big factor in the next fight. The Turtle is being pressured for both teams, but it seems like the Indonesians will have a bit of a lead in the control game.
Divine Judgment and the Petrify. Imam going to be able to pop the Cold Altar. Taz against 3 members, still able to secure the turtle. Right now, Psychos jumps in with the Black Dragon form, zoning the backline away. Dapadap going to be pinned down onto the wall with the heavy spin, and that's Hijume who picks up the killing spree. Everything going well for Indonesia. I really want to take a look at these items, right? It's a good steal by Soriano, but he got full turret gold, clearing waves constantly. He should have more gold than Soriano here with the assist that he got as well. But here in the mid lane, the bottom side river, Del Rosario going to be chained up again, and that's the pin down with a heavy spin. Del Rosario going to fall for the second time in this game. Dreams with another Divine Judgment over to Imam, as that's an Nibiru's Passion dealing no damage over to Taz, who jumps in again. Soriano zoned away, but the damage coming from Brands, shooting him down. Dapadap finally rotating towards that bottom side, but it's a bit too late.
You are not looking at Dreams, waiting for that Divine Judgment.
What I want to look at is definitely the items here for Brands, because I wonder how much gold he's actually gone this game. So far, he has been left untouched to free farm. And he's getting so much damage. That's going to be the flicker over to Divine Judgment as well to find Del Rosario. The true damage does its work. Brands picks up the kill. Dapadap trying to look for a re-engage now, but only taunting Taz. Look at the poke put down by Brands. Dream's going to be in the midst of it all right now, as he is going to be able to dish out some damage to zone the other members away. Dream still there with Psychos from Psychos with a Petrify to find Soriano, and the furious dive to get Imam low under the tier 1. Gunned down by Brands. It's a 2-0 trade for Indonesia. Indonesia having control the whole 10 minutes early on. Philippines with a very similar flanking position here to look for something, but it's going to be a concealed play from Indonesia. And oh my god, Dream finds the Divine Judgment onto the best possible target. Soriano's out. Dapadap has to flicker out, but Psychos chases him down with a passive. Dapadap still surviving here. Only 1 member taken down, but that might just be the member that Indonesia needs to pick up some more base turrets. That high ground control is no longer available for Soriano. Dapadap trying to go in for some damage right there, but it's actually going to be petrified from Imam. He's going to be taken down. The wild charge in desperation. Villaluna in the back has to back off. It's an absolutely insane game and an insane performance from Indonesia as they knock Philippines down to the lower brackets.
How? What? Oh my, we have no words left right now. How was that possible? That is insane from Indonesia.
He did not lose a single retry battle up against a world champion. up against the Filipino champions. That's Del Rosario, Wise from the Philippines. But like you mentioned, Rashi, this guy is the main man here. The utility, the damage, just take it all. Hijume was a perfect Yve in this game.
Zero deaths, doing all the utility game.
Lower brackets for Philippines. This is a scene that we have seen a few times before for the Philippines, right? Climbing their way from the lower brackets. But here,
none of the main carries have a death from Indonesia. That is crazy.
Rans, Hijume.
We can also talk about how Faramis, right? Same pattern. The team with the Faramis actually starts losing a lot of steam in the early game